الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى خصوصا على أفضلهم وخاتم النبيين محمد الأمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Brother Chairman, my dear student Shirazuddin Adam Shah, Professor Meera, brothers and sisters in Islam here at the International Islamic University in Gombak in Kuala Lumpur, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A jigsaw puzzle is something that you were children once upon a time, weren't you? And you did play with jigsaw puzzles. A jigsaw puzzle is something in which you have lots of bits and pieces, each one with a little picture or part of a picture. And you have to use some measure of insight to put the pieces together. By studying each individual piece, and if you succeed in putting all the pieces together, then you will see the whole picture. Only, my opinion, and you are free to differ with me, is that only Islamic eschatology today can put the pieces together and give us the big picture, which explains events which have been mysteriously unfolding in the world and which are accelerating at this particular time, which can explain the coming economic crash, financial crash, monetary crash, concerning which Dr. Meera has done such a splendid job this morning. I'm jealous of him. I don't know how he can do it, and yet do it so simply and press all the buttons so beautifully to explain to you the crash that is coming and why it is coming. You know me, that for 15 years or more I have been saying that the US dollar is going to collapse. I've been saying more than that the US dollar must collapse. And I was not doing that because of economic or monetary analysis. I was doing that on the basis of my studies in eschatology. Eschatology, ilmu akhiru zaman, is so easy, but this big word is so difficult. Ilmu akhiru zaman, the study of the end time, the study of the end of history. How did I know that the US dollar must collapse, and with it that the US dollar, the US economy would crash? In 2004, in a lecture in Trinidad on Dajjal, which is all over YouTube, I used the words flying high. You're flying high now, but tomorrow the crash is coming. That was 7 years ago. And that when the crash comes, it's going to bring down the entire monetary system. It's going to bring down all the paper money in the world. This, you know, the stuff that we have in our pockets, the bogus, fraudulent, utterly haram paper money. How did I know this? It's because of the study of the Quran and the study of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, his ahadith. A number of things are coming together at this particular time. One of them is the financial crash, in which the crash of the US dollar takes pride of place. As Dr. Mira just said, Allahu Alam, Allah knows best, and when we give an opinion, and we are entitled to give an opinion, we can be right, we can be wrong. The US dollar is now in a place called ICU, in a hospital, intensive care unit. It has actually expired and is being kept alive artificially by this pump that they use. You see the chest going up and down. But the plug is soon going to be pulled, and then it will be pronounced dead. And the US government knows that very well. That if Israel attacks Iran, that's it. The link between oil and the dollar, as Dr. Mira just explained, if the price of oil shoots up, the implication is that the US dollar is heading down. And they know that an attack on Iran is going to be the final nail in the coffin for the US dollar. That's why the United States does not want Iran to be attacked, my opinion. But Israel wants to attack Iran. Among the reasons is to bring about the collapse of the US dollar. If the US dollar collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember, this is the international currency. In the same way that its predecessor, the sterling pound, when we were children at school, was the international currency. Today the US dollar is the international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss in the United States in particular. White America losing most of its wealth, and black America doesn't have much. They got peanuts. That you can close your eyes and anticipate panic in the United States of America and riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law in the United States. But more than that, the collapse of the US dollar, since this is the international currency, and for that you'll have to study the Bretton Woods Accord, which they don't teach in Al-Azhar University, incidentally, and they don't teach in the Darul Uloom, so your Mufti, I'm sorry, doesn't know the subject. It's going to create panic in the weak currency areas of the world. You know, the world is divided into two kinds of haram paper money. One is called the hard currency area, and I was giving a talk in an international conference in Brunei in September, and I made a joke and nobody laughed. And these were scholars from all over the world, present there, scholars of Islam. I said that they have a special chemical, and they dip their paper in the chemical, and it comes out as hard currency. Nobody laughed. And I said, we don't have the secret chemical. So when we dip our paper into the solution, it doesn't come out as hard currency. So their hard currency is in demand all over the world. Wish we could get that chemical, eh? And ours, you take a whole basket full of Bangladeshi taka to Manhattan, you can't even buy a cup of coffee. And our galaxy of Islamic scholars sitting there, nobody laughed. I think they were still studying, what chemical is he talking about? It's so sad when you make a joke and nobody laughs. So we're talking about the people who don't have the chemical. The Indonesian rupiah, the Bangladeshi taka, the Pakistani rupee. There's going to be panic as people struggle and rush to dump their paper because the price of bread is climbing every hour. Runaway inflation. We are now on the brink of momentous and indeed monstrously evil change in the world as never before, ever before experienced in human history. And where are the scholars of Islam who are arguing with us? What is his Aqidah? Where did he get his ijazah? Is he a Sufi? And yet these are our brothers, and they are our brothers, and we do not speak disrespectfully of them. Who would declare of us, don't listen to Imran Hussein, who for 15 years now was able to see that this is coming. They still can't see that it is coming. They cannot understand the Arab Spring, that it is preparatory to the Arab slaughter. A number of things are taking place at the same time now. And I want to introduce you to some of these pieces of the jigsaw puzzle, so we can try to put them together. I don't have to repeat what Dr. Mira has I don't know how he did it, so brilliantly put all those pieces of the economic and monetary jigsaw puzzle together. But I have to expand on what he just gave to us. Additional to the economic and financial and monetary crisis of the moment, there's something else happening since 9/11. A proliferation of wars in different parts of the world, mostly the world of Islam. And if you notice something, in nearly all of these wars, or in fact in all of these wars, it is Uncle Sam. It is Uncle Sam who has to send his troops most of all. The American military is involved up to its throat. Yes, there is help from NATO, from the rest of NATO. And there is a pocket of presence, support from Japan and from Australia and from other places, but that's token support. But the brunt of the fighting is being done by the American military.